Tourism in America's hometown is gaining steam this weekend as thousands of people descend on Hannibal for one of its most popular events of the year. This weekend marks the 9th annual Big River Steampunk Festival. WGEM's Claire Edlin shows you how the event takes visitors back in time.
Raja, when you set foot into Hannibal this weekend, it looks like you might have stumbled into the 1800s. That's what's going on this weekend at the Steampunk Festival. But what is steampunk? Let's find out. This is the scene along Main Street in Hannibal this weekend. Participants in costume who might look like ghosts from Christmas past, but somehow futuristic at the same time.
I am an airship captain, and I have lost my crew. My crew has abandoned me because apparently I'm mean and too bossy.
I became the marshal of the Steampunk Festival. Thus I wear this.
And man's best friend, or feline, are not left behind.
She is Queen of Sheba. Those were last year's awards, and this is, for me, last year I won parasol dueling.
Steampunk allows science fiction enthusiasts to fantasize as though they've stepped back in the 19th century in a make-believe world of industrial, steam-powered machinery.
A fight from another universe! A fight from another time! Fight!
Not to mention some friendly competition. So she is the champion right now.
Yes.
Dueling swords.
Really tricky. She was really fast. Very family-friendly place that everybody can go to.
Hannibal's annual Steampunk Festival attracts tens of thousands of people, including visitors from all over the country.
It happens every year. We get people, visitors. We have people getting off the boats out here. And I think they schedule it that way. They come up on these, these Mississippi River trips, and they stop here. The people get off the boat, and they say, what year is this? Because the town of Hannibal is perfect. It's the 1890s.
It's just a community that likes to go big and go out there.
And who knows, maybe they'll dress up next year. In Hannibal, Claire Edlin, WGEM News.
The Big River Steampunk Festival continues tomorrow and Monday in Hannibal.